You ask questions, and I answer them.
Are you guys nuts? What am I talking about? It's super cool because of the Genta design.
Boom, watch fam.
What is up, Watch fam? Welcome to episode 71 of ASKTNH. Loud music playing. I'm in Greece. Check it out. It's really freaking nice here. Wristwatch check. I'm wearing a cool GMT. My dad's GMT. It's real douchey. I mean, there's just so many, just crazy money, yachts everywhere and crazy watches. Patek's 5980s everywhere. I've never seen this many 5980s. But, it's all fun for 2 minutes. But we actually met a really cool cab driver. He's a local, and we're just bussing around through him and finding really local restaurants and trying to get away from the douchedom. Follow us on Snapchat because it's the most up-to-date news feed. So Theo and Harris. Apart from that, let's get into the questions. Okay, question is: do I think the Bvlgari Octissimo could replace or be a good replacement for a Royal Oak? No, I don't think so. There are already so many awesome replacements to a Royal Oak, including so many Royal Oaks. It was introduced in 1972. That's almost 50 years ago. It's 40-something years ago. There have been so many iterations, different series, not just the A series, which is the original, but since then, from quartz, automatic, and just so many different millimeter sizes, anywhere from 34, I believe, all the way up to, like a modern 40 or even larger. My point here is there are so many different Royal Oaks out there at different price points that can be had, that there's no reason, in my opinion, to opt for a luxury replacement, right? If you want to have all the Royal Oak fun for under $1,000 or under $2,000, that's a different question. But to replace, the Royal Oak spot in your collection with the Bvlgari, which in and of itself is a great watch, I think is kind of foolish. They're making watches in a serious way, but their messaging just isn't there for me. And I feel like messaging is huge, especially with the Royal Oak, right? The whole thing is like this historic, monument in watchmaking. And I'm not going to replace a historic monument with, a company who's making watches now, but it's a jewelry company, that's kind of stealing a design cue from, Gerald Genta. It's not doing it for me. Bvlgari has not created an X factor, right? A really cool variable enough that would warrant the replacement, right? I think the Royal Oak is it's not my favorite watch, but I think it's so interesting in so many different ways. Gerald Genta, the vertebrae look alone, the history behind it. I mean, the fact that everyone from, Gerald Genta to Ari Gold has worn a Royal Oak, which is awesome, and it's super cool. It's a, symbol of all that. But it is a watch legend, and to replace that with a watch that looks similar, has no history, and is good, I don't think does the trick, right? I think that a Bvlgari Royal Oak would be more interesting than getting the Bvlgari Royal Oak. And I know that's kind of an aggressive stance, but I think it's true. At least the Bvlgari Royal Oak has that X factor. It has that. This is a near exact replica, and it's not Audemars Piguet. It probably should have been illegal, and they're kind of hard to find. I found one, and I have it. See, that to me is a cool narrative to tell or to own and kind of just talk about. That's fun. Just buying the Bvlgari, not as much fun for me. I went to a Bvlgari store 4 months ago. Service was so maybe that's kind of also factoring into my decision to not recommend that. But I think I talked about this before in a prior episode about quartz Royal Oaks very specifically. There are just so many options at price points and sizes that you can own a Royal Oak at that, to me, if you want it, just get it, and opt for quartz. I would genuinely wear a quartz Royal Oak probably before I wore an automatic one. Not because it's better, but because it's much more affordable. Let's say my collection is worth just, hypothetically $20,000. I'm not going to take up 13 in a Royal Oak. I'm going to take up 5. And then buy other stuff. And it's okay. It's okay if it's quartz. It doesn't bother me at all. But that's it. I do not think it's an adequate replacement. I don't think you should buy it to replace the Royal Oak. I think you should consider buying it separately. It's totally different. That's fine. And we can talk about a review of that watch on a separate basis. We can review that watch at a later date. But for a replacement, no. Stick with the Royal Oak. Stick with Genta. Stick with Audemars Piguet. It's got legacy. What do you need more than that? Thank you guys for watching episode 71 of AskTNH. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, etc., etc. Oh, like us on Facebook. Please like us on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Have a great day.